Desert Life with Maria, formerly the Wednesday Glow, and in the transition of Desert Life to Maria, you guys are going to be so excited because you're going to meet people, places, and things, and with or without COVID, it's going to happen. But before we go there and I share with you a wonderful individual that I know you're going to get so excited about just like I did, I want to honor a couple of things. Number one, Veterans Day. My dad, who has passed away now, almost 9 years, was just one of the many, many individuals that served our country, and I want to honor those individuals. And so if your family member was one, is one, thank you. So that's the first thing. Second, we're still in COVID, and so even though I'm interviewing someone, we have both practiced social distancing. We got together, and it's a girl, it's a fascinating woman, entrepreneur, but we got together because of three wonderful things. We both have wonderful men in our life, we both love pickleball, and the main thing we're going to be talking about today is our love for food and good nutrition. So, with that said, I want you to know that we are safe and we have practiced social distancing. So I am honored now to introduce my guest, Getter Hess. Hi, Getter.
Hi, Maria.
Say hello to Facebook land. So isn't she gorgeous? So Getter, first of all, your name, Getter Hess. So how did the name come about and where are you from?
So I'm originally from Estonia. It's a tiny country between Sweden and Finland and Russia on the east side from Northern Europe. It's a name actually originated from a book, so it's pretty new in that sense. I think it's only since like 1990s or 1980s.
Wow.
So it's fairly new, but it's becoming more popular in Estonia, and so yeah, it's quite unique. And since I'm married, I got my husband's last name, and
does it mean anything, Getter? Does it translate?
No, it does not. It actually does not. So it's completely fictional name in that sense. It does have a good meaning in English, I think, and like the go-getter.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
Or as I jokingly say when I help people pronounce it, I say it's like get her, like get her, like get her. So go get her.
Great. So you were born in Estonia, right?
That's correct.
And as she mentioned, it's kind of hidden over by Sweden. So one of the things that I thought was really interesting is you told me that most of the girls growing up have an aspiration to be what? What is their goal in life to become?
I'm guessing you're thinking of models?
Yes, that's what you told me. I know models, and then explain that.
So it's actually interesting. Estonia has most models per capita. So Estonia is a tiny country, but we have a lot of beautiful women. And if you ask on the street, like every third girl pretty much has a modeling agency in Estonia, and they've been traveling abroad, or they're just doing some modeling work in Estonia. So it's
did that too?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, so when did you start modeling, and did your parents encourage you, or did you just do it like everybody else, or?
So it's interesting. I used to go to professional ballet school, so I was on my way to becoming a professional ballerina, and I decided to not do that because I was always interested in science, and I was always interested in learning more, and the ballet school didn't provide me that, so I decided to change my path. And people were always saying, like, you have a long way, you should try to go to your modeling agency. And funnily, just as about I was graduating that grade of ballet school, I was scouted by an agency in Estonia, and they were asking me, hey, would you like to be a model? We would love to send you to Tokyo.
Tokyo? And so how old were you when that happened?
I was just about to turn 16, so that, and then I went to the agency. They took some first photos of me to send to agencies, and as soon as so each agency abroad comes to Estonia, and they look for girls themselves, so they meet the girls, they talk to them, and they find the best personalities and the girls they think are fit for their markets abroad. So the agency from Tokyo came and instantly wanted me, and I was off, and after a month I was off to Tokyo for my first trip. So I was 16 years old.
16. But you're no longer model, right?
I don't anymore.
Can you share with everyone, kind of in just a few sentences, what you do now and why you no longer model?
Yes, so modeling for me never was a path I pursued. It just came as an opportunity for me, and I fully enjoyed it. I enjoyed traveling, meeting people, especially because in the industry you meet so many creative people, and I was able to travel so many amazing places and get paid for it as well. So since I was 16, like putting some money aside was a great thing. So I decided like that was not a permanent thing for me ever, but so actually I went on to study medicine because I was always passionate about the human body, and I had the influence from my family as well. And now I'm actually an entrepreneur in the tech field, and I work with my husband. So it's been a crazy path. I've changed my path so many ways, so many times in my life.
I love it.
And just tried out whatever interests me, and I've always known that there's like, you don't have to do whatever people think you should do in life, but you should go for what you think is right for you and what your heart tells you. So.
Yeah, thank you for letting me interrupt, because you said a couple of things that I think are coming to fruition during COVID. People are starting to discover things about themselves that they never knew. And you mentioned about being an entrepreneur, and last night on one of the calls that I was on, there was a statistic given that people, that's the next wave, is looking at your heart, your soul, your passion, and saying, I can be an entrepreneur in my own right. We all are, and a lot of us have lost our voices, and I think that's what attracted me to you. Was we were out on the pickleball court. Her husband Brian was playing, and we just all kind of hit it off. It was like this energy that we knew. But one of the things that I think would fascinate everyone is Getter is 100% vegan. And so I was fascinated by that, because I am not, but I love great nutrition, and I do eat vegan food, but I'm not 100%. So I want to explore that. So tell me a little bit when you made that decision, and well, maybe you might want to tell everyone first, what is a vegan in your view, and how you made that decision?
So the term vegan usually refers to someone who's eating only plant-based foods. That means no eggs, no dairy products, and no meats of any kinds. That includes fish and poultry. And usually that refers to people who do that for the animals' rights, who are there for standing for a statement, not just purely for their own health. So I love to, because there's sometimes a bad kind of feeling to the word vegan. I love to call myself as plant-based, because I feel like that's a much broader term. And I think a lot of people feel more comfortable with that, and they don't start thinking in the wrong direction that I'm some crazy activist going and throwing people who wear fur and throwing paint on people who wear fur or anything like that. But, so veganism for me has been, first I found it because I was always trying to like find something that fits my body, like eating in a way that fits my body better. And since I was modeling, I was trying to be healthy, and I was always conscious about what I ate and like what I put in my body and how I felt. So I met a lot of people who were vegan. Funnily, I never had anyone in my life who was vegan, but at this point of my life, I met a lot of people who were vegan, and I was so interested, and they told me a lot about what it means and how it makes them feel. And my main reason turning vegan at that point was because I just heard so many great things about how people have so much energy, and they just feel like every day waking up, and like when they eat food, it doesn't slow them down or make them sluggish. So I turned vegan, and not just vegan, but raw vegan first. Like I went overnight. I just wanted to try it out. I was so curious. I didn't have anything stopping me. I was like, I'm doing this. And how long ago was that? So that was actually 8.5 years ago.
Okay.
And it was just after the holidays in Estonia. I just finished up eating our meaty holidays. And then...
and so you pretty much
tons of fresh fruit and vegetables around, so it was super easy for me. I started just pretty much like exploring around what I need to eat, what I could eat. I was eating every book and every article that I could find that supported me in like figuring out what to eat and why is it important to eat these things or those things, and so I get all my nutrients, because everyone has heard that, oh, when you're vegan you can't get all the nutrients you need, and which is not true.
You have to really research and know which foods will supplement it.
It is better to do it with some research,
right?
In the sense of that, especially like because everybody's different, so that some people need some supplements as well to support them, because we all the way we digest and get nutrients from food is different. So
and I like what you said about that, because I know that that's how I partnered myself with the company that I have, because everybody's body is different. And if somebody does do that and doesn't have the wherewithal to plan, to do good foods, to really research, if they find a really good company that has whole plant-based foods and really sourced correctly, like I've been fortunate enough to find, I think as you age, then you don't have to worry about that. You know you're getting the right supplements. But I agree with you. Plant-based foods, I mean, that's our planet can give us everything we need if we just, so it's fantastic. I'm so excited.
And it's a really beautiful concept, because I became vegan I became interested in being vegan because of the health reasons, but then when I discovered the environmental aspects of it and just not harming animals or not harming anyone with your lifestyle, that really spoke to me, and that at that moment in my life I was really finding the spirituality in myself, and that was what really like just matched me in every way, in terms of I felt good when I ate plant-based, I felt good by not causing harm to the environment or other living beings, and that just made sense. So it's just like the whole, if people ask why, I'm like the whole package. That's why, like it's not one single reason, but mostly how I feel every day when I wake up, and that is also the whole package makes me feel happy, and
and if you feel good, you are good. You're good in the world. You radiate. You want to do things. You've got the energy. It's just like you said. It's the whole package. I love that. So, what was your favorite sport in Estonia? And then we're going to talk about some goodies that you brought. And what is your favorite sport in America?
It's a great question. I grew up dancing a lot. So when I was young, I did folk dancing. So traditional Estonian folk dancing, I love doing it. So that was done in pairs. And in Estonia, we have dance and song festivals, which are a huge tradition in Estonia. So I was part of thousands of dancers who come together and create amazing like structures on the ground. So if you look from high up, you make rainbows and trees and like things that move and elements, and like it's all done by dancing traditional folk dance. And I love doing it. And then I don't know how, but when I was about 5 years old or something, I got interested in ballet, and one of the most...
So obviously dance.
Dancing,
Exercise.
I went over to doing ballet, and like I've just been very active in general my whole life, and doing cross-country skiing, because we spend a lot of time outdoors in Estonia in general, because you just have beautiful nature everywhere, and you just want to be outside all the time.
I think your background pretty much promoted from the get-go just being yourself, which a lot of people don't have that beauty, or that opportunity in their life. You're so blessed. And I think that is a credit to your country and to your family and to your traditions of your country. And I know that America at its heart has that too, and in some ways we've lost it, but it's neat to see it emerging again.
Yeah.
So, and here in America, is pickleball your favorite?
It is pickleball and rock climbing. Those are two really new things in my life. I had never heard of pickleball before this summer. I had never heard of climbing as a sport or as a thing to do before last year. So like it's been about a year and a half that I've done that, and about only a few months that I play pickleball, and I just love it. We're so into it, and made so many friends thanks to that.
And you recently bought this awesome van that is like the Beach Boy van is what I call it from the past, because the Beach Boys always used to take that van with their surfboards and go singing. And now they're going to do this van adventure, go rock climbing, go hiking, just see part of America pretty soon. So I'm really excited for you for that.
That's very exciting.
So we're going to end this with her sharing a little easy breezy, because people are always saying, you know, oh, well, if you eat healthy and clean eating, it's so much work, and it's just, you know, no, it can be easy breezy. So she brought 2 little treats for me, and so you want to tell us what you have here, and we'll try them out.
Yes, and I love what you said, is that easy breezy is because when I was modeling, I didn't have much time to cook. I was always on the go, and so I had to figure out the ways to eat and what to kind of snack on, what can I bring with me. So these are 2 things that I love, and my husband also loves. So here I made avocado pudding, which is one of our, like, it's almost every day we have some avocado pudding as a dessert. It's healthy, and it's also
Avocado pudding, guys.
diabetic friendly. I don't add any sweeteners there.
No
it's
sweeteners.
Only made with avocado, almond milk, cocoa powder, and I put half a frozen banana in there too, because frozen banana adds that sweetness as well as that colder texture, which I love.
So this
like
is considered a dessert, you said?
Yes, but you can have it.
Do you put it like over? Like I would put it over a piece of toast. It looks so
you could
divine.
You could do that too, and I've also made an avocado pie where you make the crust from like dates and nuts, let's say, and then you cover it with just like this avocado pudding. You put it either in the freezer for a little bit, so you eat it like half chilled or like half frozen.
Wow, and avocados are so good for you. Then almond milk. Oh my gosh, amazing.
So there's a lot of good nutrients with avocado. It's super creamy and healthy, and you don't have to add any sweeteners, but you can if you're a bigger sweet tooth.
So I'm showing everyone the texture. It almost looks like really chocolate pudding that you make with Jell-O, but this is so much better. 10 times better. Okay, so I'm going to try this while you open up the next one.
And the next one here is chia pudding.
Oh my God.
I'm sure a lot of people have heard of. Chia seeds, which
Hi Danielle. Hi Garcia. Thanks for watching.
Amazing nutrients. You get all your omegas from here, and it's a lot of protein as well. So I love to make it with coconut milk. So I take like the light coconut milk from the can or from the package. I love the canned ones because they're like thicker and they have a lot of flavor. And just mix it with chia seeds. So here I have, I think, 1.5 cups of coconut milk, and then I think a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, and then I put a little bit of vanilla and just a drop of like maple syrup as well.
I think that's a very
and just some berries on top, which I always have some frozen berries in my freezer, and it's just again.
And then you just let it sit, right? And then
it
just
mix it right and let it sit. So it takes, I would say, let it sit about at least 30 minutes. It's better if it sits like an hour or 2.
Right.
But 30 minutes at least, because the chia seeds need some time to kind of soak in all the liquids. And
right.
It's another yummy treat that you can just, if you have a busy day at work or you're just working from home right now, but you don't have time to cook, it's so nutritious. And it's also great as a dessert. Kids love both avocado pudding as well as chia pudding. I've tried it out. Don't have kids personally, but I have tried it out. They love it. And husbands who are not vegan also love
it. They go, give it to me, and they don't even have to. So hi Grady, thank you for watching. Garcia's watching. So what she's going to do is she's going to give me these recipes, and I will download them and put them in the comments. They'll also be underneath the comment section under the YouTube channel Desert Life with Maria. And I think that what we want to leave today with is a little education on when you feel good and you feel yourself good, it just changes everything. Now, research, discovery, which is what she's done, is important, but you can't do this without that. And there's some wonderful, wonderful products to help supplement if you do decide to do this type of lifestyle, which is what I've chosen to do. And doesn't mean you can't have your wine once in a while. Doesn't mean you can't, maybe have a whole jar of this,
It's
right?
amazing. It's so rich and so amazing.
It's like, it's all about choices. And so I want to say I am blessed. Yeah, we have to do the practice, the social distancing. I keep forgetting I want to hug her so bad. And on the pickleball court, when we win, we have this thing where we go like this with our elbows. So we'll do that. Thank you for coming, sharing your life, inspiring others that, it is possible to follow your passion.
Oh, it really is, and also being vegan, it's not that difficult as people think. You just start slow, make those little incremental changes, and it changes a lot. And you can still have your pizza and your pasta, just change the way you put it together. And
Put it together.
You can still be healthy, but you can still have the little bit unhealthier treat every now and then. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it doesn't fall apart from that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, goodbye everyone. See you next week.